Hello, everybody. I'm Kyle Walters. Coming back at you for the third installment of this very same game. We've had difficulties. Our computer died. It was plugged in. I don't know what happened. But we're back. Y'all missed the latter half of the second quarter. Ryan, give these nice people what they missed.
Vista still hasn't been able to get a goal off of any of their dodges or plays that they've been running, and Arapahoe was able to score one more goal before the half. And now, as we're about to end this half and move on to the second half, most of it was just a bunch of dodging and bad shots, bad passes, and just a bunch of turnovers that need to get changed into good plays.
Yet again, we apologize for the inconvenience of those watching their loved ones playing the game. Terribly sorry, but we're back now at the start of the third quarter. Jackson Marshall coming in there, face off for Mountain Vista. Let's get started.
And it looks like we are back at the starting lineups for all positions, I think, except for attack.
All right.
I believe they might have called a hold there on Vista, giving the ball to Arapahoe. Palin Brooks is out there to play defense, along with Blaine Ware and Matt Potvin.
Now for Arapahoe, great swim move there, running in real quick, passes it out to Dylan Linhart. He passes it out to Trevor Douglas, who takes a shot and scores. So far, not a good start for Mountain Vista at the start of this third quarter. Already a score on Arapahoe's part.
Palin Brooks was trying to jab at the stick there near the end before they scored. However, he was unsuccessful.
That was a goal for Trevor Douglas for Arapahoe.
And it looks like we now have Jack McFarland on the wing, along with Grayson on the other wing, and Jackson Marshall facing off. He's facing, I believe, Mitch Barochi.
Yet he wins and takes a nice shot there. Great save by the goalie of Arapahoe. And right now it's just a scuffle for the ball. Looks like a push there on Arapahoe.
Flag down.
I believe that'll be Arapahoe man down. Mount Vista really needs it. They're down 2-6. Arapahoe really, Mount Vista rather needs this handicap, as their offense has been doing quite well. Can't really get in past Arapahoe's stellar defense. They don't allow any dodges, any feeds, nothing. Always tight on their guys. And that's why Mount Vista has been unable to score an abundance of points.
Mount Vista needs to run one of their man-up plays that might get this rolling. And if they score, I believe it might help them gain more confidence to start scoring on later on in the game.
Yes, I do think that Mount Vista lacks quite a bit of motivation here. They are down quite a few points, but, you know, just start the second half. They can do anything.
Very well said, Kyle.
Thank you. This will be Jake Ward taking the ball. Passes out to behind the goal.
Cam Brown taking the ball, passing it back to Jake Ward.
Mount Vista playing pretty slow here. Mount Vista just passing around, trying to find an opening to take a shot or anything.
Jake Ward trying to do some roll dodges to get back in front of the goal. Cannot do that. Passing it to Cam Brown, who passes it to Caden Strassenberg.
Pass back to
There's Strassen,
Cam Brown, and a missed shot there. Yet another shot by Mount Vista. Cam Brown again. However, after all those shots, Mount Vista has not scored. However, they gave a great effort. They're really trying so far to ramp up their game in the second half.
And it seems like they're not doubling the ball, which they probably should be, but it seems like the penalty is about to be released.
Bad pass there by Arapahoe. That was just good defense by Matt Poffin.
Sorry, the penalty was already released.
cleared there by Mount Vista. No contention.
Passes down to Jake Ward, who's behind the goal. Passing it up to Cam Brown. Cam Brown's going to try and take it up. Can't get a good dodge. Going to pass it up to Caden Strauchen.
Another flag there. Looks like it's going to be on Arapahoe.
If I had to guess, it would be pushing the back.
Who knows? That was called on Adam Baki, a pretty good offensive player for Arapahoe. He's got 7 goals on the season, and he will be sitting out. Mount Vista will be up yet again, trying to score. They have not been able to score man up the entire game, and I believe they'll be looking to do that now to get the momentum shifted back into their favor so they can go back to winning again. And immediately the ball almost goes out.
Nice save by, I believe that's Cam Brown, to keep the ball inbounds and keep the ball on the Vista side.
Great hustle. And Vista just trying to play slow, get the man down defense a bit off balance. Shot there does not go in.
I believe that they're going to try and get to either double or pressure the goalie.
Mount Vista being a man up, I believe that is exactly what they will do, Ryan. I mean, they have the men to spare, especially now. Arapahoe trying to go on offense, but a man down. It's not the easiest thing to do. Great defense so far by Mount Vista, as Dylan Linhart for Arapahoe just stays around the edges of the box.
I believe that penalty has now been released. Mount Vista once again wasting another man up.
If Mount Vista cannot bring it back within, I'd say, the next 8 minutes of this quarter, the game's almost pretty much lost. I can't see the momentum shifting back in their favor to where they can score 4 points against Arapahoe's pretty stellar defense. Arapahoe just passing around the outside, shot there.
I believe the seniors and also Scotty, since he's a goalie, I believe they all should probably be trying to get the team together and work better as a team. It seems like they've been playing a little bit more selfishly.
Yeah, they need some hype in their life, I think. Pass out by Arapahoe up to Bobby Baltzer. Out to Trevor Douglas. Pass into the crease, yet it fails and goes out.
It looks like Reese Evans is going to take that ball, and I'd most likely think he'd pass it to, I believe, Scotty Days, who'd most likely pass it to.
Yes, Scotty is the main clearer man, as he is the goalie. Very effective clearer.
Passing it to Simon as they have a midi back. DJ Surdock is that midi back. He passes it to Blake Hamilton, who then passes it to Jake Ward. Jake Ward's going to try and do a roll dodge to get to the front of the crease. He gets in front of the crease, cannot get a good angle. He's going to pass up to Jacko. Jacko's going to take it, pass it to Chris Prella. Chris Prella's going to pass it to Jacko. Jacko's going to try and take a dodge, cannot do so. Chris Prella muffles that pass but gets the ground ball.
So far, Mount Vista cannot just get in close enough to the goal to take a decent shot, though there was a shot there. Mount Vista ball.
That was a nice shot by Jake Ward, just a little bit more in front of the goalie or a little bit more behind. Probably would have been a little bit of a better shot.
Dodge in there. The attempted shot. Very good attempt there by Cam Brown. However, he was pushed off his feet as he went for the shot. Ball went completely the other way.
DJ Surdock accidentally running the ball out of bounds there.
Unfortunate, as Mount Vista really needs to possess the ball and get some shots on. Good shots on, rather.
Looks like Popvin's going to try and pick up their LSM. Good hit of the stick by Popvin. And looks like Scotty's going to scoop it.
And
nice split dodge.
Drag.
Or toe drag, my bad.
Was a toe drag. He was great there. Scotty's really playing great clearing game. Really carrying the team in that aspect.
Simon's going to pass it to Owen, who gets pushed, and then Scotty in front of the goal doubled.
Now that is unfortunate for Mountain Vista. After that calamity, I don't think Mountain Vista can come back. I think they've lost the belief in themselves to come back and beat this team. That's what I personally believe.
I feel like if they were going to come back, they need to score a goal probably right off this face-off or pretty quick after the face-off. They can't just keep holding the ball and doing these plays that aren't working.
They need to score a multitude of goals within the 6 odd minutes or so left in this quarter.
It seems like their shots are not going where they want it to go, and also they're not really changing their plane, I would say, on their shots. It's just going high to high, and they really need to go high to low if they want to trick this goalie.
Great analysis, Ryan. I love it.
Thank you.
Arapahoe going in for the fast break. Shot there by Mitch Borchio.
Nice check by Reese Evans to lay him out on the ground after the shot.
Great effort. Mount Vista looking to get the ball out from Josh Carlson. Ooh. Close shot there by Jake Hall.
Scotty was very lucky that he didn't go for high opposite corner. That would have been a dowser.
A dowser.
A doozy, my bad.
Great swat there by Owen. He's going to get that.
He's playing what they call hockey right there.
This is lacrosse, Ryan. I don't know what you're talking about. Arapahoe with a clear. Mount Vista's possession did not last very long. It's not what they need right now. Successful clear by Arapahoe. They're just wasting time, getting more opportunities, more possession.
Grayson McCall and the defense are not really communicating there, which leaves a wide open guy in front of the goal. Luckily, defense was able to slide very well.
Shot there by Jake Hall. Ball goes out. And Arapahoe will receive the ball. Josh Carlson starting with it from behind the net. Up against Simon May. Mount Vista really needs to get the ball out of Arapahoe's hands, out of their sticks rather.
Grayson's going to push up against him at the top of the box, which is now leading to a very good dodge, but Grayson stopping that dodge, which was very good on Vista.
Mount Vista really needs to push out in their defense if they want to get the ball back and score, 6 or 5, however many goals they need to come back into this game. Bad pass there by Arapahoe.
Alan Brooks with a nice little poke checks to cause a bad pass also was very nice. Looks like Reese Evans is going to try and take this one in. Seems like they might try and do another clearing play where they put a deep hole on the other side. And the deep hole's going to get back as they let the short stick run it down. Looking for the check behind. The ball's down. Big rough house there, I'd say.
Definitely not a fun house, I would say. Mount Vista able to take it out. Pass out there to DJ Surdock. Mount Vista really needs to get the ball rolling at this point.
Jacker's going to pass back to DJ, who is going to pass back to Caden Strashheim.
That'll be Caden Strashheim.
My bad. Sorry.
It's a hard name to pronounce. I get it. Mount Vista fighting to get anywhere near the goal. Double teamed out.
Trying to find an open man. Found one.
Great dodge there.
Jack McFarland doing a question mark or a rollback. Shot was low, but the goalie saved it.
Mount Vista running out of time. There is 3 minutes left in the quarter.
Reese Evans looking to redeem himself after that questionable play on the side. And it looks like Arapahoe passes it back to Bobby Baltzer. He's passing it to, I believe this is Trevor Douglas.
Yes, indeed. Arapahoe are really taking their time, going far out. Mount Vista does need to push, like extremely so.
Reese Evans is trying to get that late poke check in.
Mount Vista just not pushing out on the defense. They really need to get the ball back, or else the game's over. They're down 5 goals. Block, they're plowed through.
Nice shot by Arapahoe there, bouncing it onto the ground right behind Scotty, which really helped pull it back into the goal.
Now, Mount Vista, at the start of this game, they start off really strong. Like a goal within the first 30 seconds. It's pretty insane. I thought they were going to win pretty easily. However, it doesn't seem to be the case right now. They've really lost all momentum, and instead, that momentum has been reversed upon them.
They're even trying something weird. They're having a defensive midi and an LSM, both on this face-off. They have Matthew Perella and Grayson McCall.
I think they should both be running very offensive middies, as they do need to score.
Especially with wins that Jackson has been having, it's really hard to have good shots by a defensive player.
Indeed.
Looks like all the middies are trying to run off real quick so that they can get the offensive middies on, which I believe is Chris Perella, DJ Surdock, and I believe this is Jack McFarland, who's tagging behind. Chris passing it to Jack McFarland, who's going to pass back to Chris. Chris is looking for DJ, passing it back to DJ.
Mount Vista looks very dead out there right now. Like, a minimal motivation, it seems.
It seems like they're trying to stretch out the field so that they can try and have a good little run at the goal. Jacko unable to keep the ball there, but very good to work hard on making it where Arapahoe gets it out of bounds. And apparently that's going with Arapahoe.
Mount Vista is down 6 goals. That's a hefty, hefty number to score in the 4th quarter. Can it be done? Personally, I think Arapahoe's defense just shuts down Mount Vista's offense too completely to really score 6 points in a quarter. Mount Vista really needs to get their act together if they want to
Arapahoe
have anything.
Arapahoe calling a timeout here. Seems like Vista's going to have to get on a little whiteboard, game plan a few plays that could possibly work, because it seems like their plays right now aren't really working. Arapahoe, I think they're just going to try and continue up their defense and their offensive plays that are working. And if Mount Vista can pull out, it's going to be very hard for them to win this game.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I think the determining factor in this game is Arapahoe's offense. Yes, they've been scoring a lot of goals. They're really good. But I think it is Arapahoe's defense, most definitely.
Yeah, they've been able to stop Vista when they've gone on to fast breaks and also stop them in their middle of their plays and dodges. It's been really good to see how they play on defense and how they're able to shut down offensive players.
I don't think that Mount Vista's offense, or the players rather, have dodged in close to the net at all this entire game, which is pretty insane feat by Arapahoe, and also very sad indeed for Mount Vista.
Arapahoe, if they keep them out from there, they're going to have their heads held very high after this win.
Yes, indeed. 53 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. I don't know if Mount Vista can do much in that time, but we'll have to see. Arapahoe will be starting with the ball. It's Trevor Douglas who will be starting with the Mount Vista attempting to push. Yet Vista's not playing any press-out defense. However, they really do need to. No one's even on this guy.
I believe they're trying to keep it to where they can't run plays on the inside and are forcing them to run plays on the outside.
I understand that, but they need to get the ball.
They're
down 6 points.
Very fair point.
They do need to press. They can't just sit in because the game's going to be over at that point.
Oh, good tip by Owen. He's going to try and run it all the way down.
He's looking for a shot or a pass even. And Mount Vista just brings it back out. They really needed to go for that on that fast break. They need the speed and the momentum on their side to score anything.
Jake Ward, who gets cross-checked in the helmet, drops the ball. It looks like there's going to be a man down for Arapahoe, returning into the fourth.
Mount Vista has not scored when Arapahoe has been man down, despite the overwhelming number of penalties on Arapahoe. Not once have they scored.
I feel like that's one of the reasons why Vista is losing this game, Kyle. They are really not really trying as hard as they have in the past when it's man down. I feel like if they try a little bit harder and run better executed plays, they could have a close game.
I totally agree with you, Ryan. As this third quarter ends, Mount Vista just hasn't really been capitalizing on any opportunities that they could have had to score, or dodge in, or pass, or do something that could have gotten past or bypassed even Arapahoe's defense.
And it seems like the student section for Vista is even leaving. That's never a good sign.
No, it is not. Despite this week being prom weekend, the main event for tonight, there's a small crowd and it's dwindling as they all leave. It's very sad to see.
Very astute of you, Kyle.
Thank you. This will be Mount Vista starting with the ball here for this fourth quarter. They need to score in quick succession, like immediately, or else game's over.
Vista's offense is looking to be Cam Brown, Caleb Bonji. Cam Brown with a nice shot and score right there. That was a nice shot. As I said before, he changed it from high to low, which really helped in scoring that goal.
Now, Mount Vista is starting off the way they need to for this quarter. Like, if they need to continue this momentum into the next dimension in order to win this game.
I believe if they do score every 14 seconds like that was, it would really help them even beat Arapahoe.
Yes, indeed. This will be Jackson on face-off again.
Seems like Mount Vista is still using that two defensive strategy for the face-off wings. Jackson's going to run down, passing it to Cam Brown, who's then going to pass it to Jake Ward. Jake Ward's looking across. He passes it to Blake Hamilton, I believe. Jack McFarland has the ball up top, passing it to Chris Perella. Chris Perella's going to pass it to DJ Surdock. DJ Surdock's going to give him the little pass back, and Chris Perella's going to go on a dodge. He's going to try for the shot, cannot get it, although drops the ball, tries scooping through, cannot do that. And it seems like the ball's just up in the air constantly, calling a push on Mountain Vista for a loose ball push, giving the ball to Arapahoe now.
Seems quite unnecessary to call that when Mount Vista is down 5 goals, but whatever. Arapahoe clearing and going in.
DJ Surdock trying to get a poke check, gets a good poke check, makes it where they drop the ball. DJ seems like he was getting pushed there, no call. And they called failure to possess on Arapahoe, giving Mountain Vista the ball. DJ Surdock's trying to run it all the way to the opposite side, passing it to Palin Brooks, who's then going to take it, gets a touch in the box, runs to the middle, passing it out to Blake Hamilton, who then takes it out instead of taking a nice shot.
Disappointing that whole play was, I believe. I think that Palin should have taken the shot. He was there, first off. But then the pass out to Blake, and then he doesn't take the shot. They really need those points. I'm just going to come out and say it right now. That was not a very well thought out play.
I very much agree, Kyle. And it looks like Jack McFarland's going to try and get a good dodge. Cannot get one. Passes it back to Luke Brown, who then indeed passes it to, I believe that's Caleb Bonjean. Caleb Bonjean looks like he's going to try and get a good dodge here. Gets a good dodge. Can't get a good shot off because he doesn't have that good of an angle. He passes it back to Jack McFarland, who's going to try and get around. Can't get around. Gets double teamed there. Ball goes out to, I believe that's Luke Brown. Luke Brown's going to go. Can't get a good shot off. Saved by Arapahoe's goalie. I don't understand why he took that shot. It was a very bad angle.
He does need to take them, though. Understand the amount. He's down 5 points. That's, almost double what they've scored the whole game.
Nice block by Reese Evans with his stick to help save a goal, I would say.
Arapahoe playing a very pressing clear. I don't understand why they do that if they're up such.
Simon May passes it to Jacko. Jacko's going to get a touch in the box. He's going to pass it down to Jake Ward. Jake Ward's going to pass it across to Blake Hamilton. Blake Hamilton's going to pass to Luke Brown. Can't keep the ball in his stick, though, due to it getting hit by multiple Arapahoe players. Arapahoe's going to take that ball, and they're going to clear it all the way down. Bobby Balzer has the ball. He's going to run down. It seems like he's going to try and waste the clock by just running around in the box and really just trying to keep the ball away from Mount Vista.
Now, I don't mean to be Debbie Downer here, but I think this game is a wrap. I don't see an instance in which Mount Vista can come back. They seem to have lost all motivation, being down 5 goals. As you do, understandably so, but I would like to see a lot more effort out of them to at least try to win back this game. Simon May playing defense.
I feel like one of the things that really hasn't helped Mount Vista on defense is I don't think they've been communicating that well. I think there have been some missed slides and other stuff that have really caused harm to them and allowed goals to go in.
Indeed. That was a great save by Scotty, and the pass goes out. Mount Vista is losing it. There have been more missed passes in this quarter than the whole game. It's very disappointing as this is the quarter which counts. Arapahoe just idly passing around the box.
Oh, and getting a few slap checks in, trying to get a few pokes, cannot get it though. Reese Evans running with him, not even poking, which I would expect of him to poke at the very least. Blaine Ware playing pretty decent defense against Patrick Kelly there.
Mount Vista with the ball looking to clear. Start up, fast break, quick momentum.
Reese Evans dropping the ball and then picking it back up, giving it to DJ Surdok, who's I believe is going to try and run it all the way across, get a touch in the box. He passes it to Blaine Ware. Blaine Ware's going to pass it to Cam Brown. Cam Brown's going to pass it to Blake Hamilton. And now it is passed all the way up to, I believe this is Chris Perella with the ball.
Mount Vista looking to set up a play here to get a goal here. Arapahoe playing pretty far out, pretty aggressive defense. It's pretty smart as Mount Vista is really trying to set up a play here.
Chris Perella's trying to outstretch that guy so he can get a good shot off. Can't get one off. Nice dodge, but very, very terrible angle there that he could not have shot and scored on. Nice read by Chris Perella there.
Another bad pass. Mount Vista is falling apart in this last quarter.
I feel like the offense has been having, actually I feel like the overall team has been having bad reads on offense and defense of when to pass and when to keep the ball. Would you agree, Kyle?
Yes, I do. It's just bad communication and bad knowledge, really. Either that or they just don't care at this point, which I'd hope would not be the case.
Cam Brown tried to pressure him as they pass it over Cam Brown. They get a touch into the box, and it looks like that's Owen playing nice D. Simon May is now on defense, trying to get a few pokes, slap checks in, trying to keep them in the game.
Trying, but unfortunately cannot get the ball away from Arapahoe. Bobby Balter just waltzing around at the top of the box, dodging in.
Nice defense on DJ to keep him in front, and then letting him get by him. That was
Another
not
shot.
that nice D.
Bobby Balter, I'd say MVP of the game for Arapahoe. That's his 18th goal of the season, having only played his 7th game. It's pretty insane. It's a great shot. Upper right-hand corner, not much could be done.
The Warriors' score is actually Mount Vista's score squared.
Now that is a fun mathematical tidbit, Ryan. Thank you.
I know that juniors today had to take that SAT today, and I know that it might really have caused a lot of stress on them today, so I think they were really looking forward to this event. But Mount Vista has not been showing out, might I say.
And the ball will be going Arapahoe now. Mount Vista desperately needs to possess the ball.
Matt Poffin with a nice check to get the ball out. I believe this is Pelham Brooks running down, trying to get a good touch. And then Cam Brown with the ball. Sorry, I got distracted there. Big hit in the middle of the field. Lots of arguing on both sides. Blake Hamilton taking the ball, gets a good top side cut. Cannot keep it with him though. And I believe they called a loose ball push on Arapahoe right then and there.
Mount Vista really needs to get some shots on goal, or else, you can't score without shots. They really just need to find the shots and take them.
Dylan Pless checking in for the first time in this game. He is a freshman. They're hoping to see if he can kind of change the direction this game is going. And it looks like it's going to be Noah
Parietti is the name. And that was Jake Hall there. He stepped out of bounds, forced out of bounds rather, by Owen Soderholm. Great play there. Getting the ball back for his team so that they can hopefully get some shots. Stir something up.
Jack McFarland getting a touch in the box.
Blake Hamilton not capitalizing, just going towards the net. Rather, he's pushed away. Good dodge there. Then laid out is Dylan Mass from Mount Vista.
Pless, might I correct?
Pless, my bad.
He is, in fact, another freshman, and he has a twin brother. Did you know that?
No, I did not. What is his name?
Ryan Pless. Ryan Pless plays defense, mostly LSM, if I'm correct.
So you could call them the dynamic duo.
You could indeed call them that.
DJ Surdog looking to go in, double teamed, passes out behind the net. Mount Vista desperately looking for shots here.
At this point, I would say it's pretty clear to say that they will most likely not be winning this game, Kyle. Would you agree?
Yes, I do agree. Despite that pretty sweet shot there.
I believe that was by Jake Stopkowski.
As a freshman, pretty good shot there by Jake. Swinging the momentum a bit in Mount Vista's favor. Yet they need 5 more points to tie up and go to overtime, which Mount Vista will be very hard pressed indeed to find.
I'm surprised that we have not seen Zach Brown or Nick Brawley or some other people out here today. I'm wondering why they haven't put them out already since they're losing so badly.
I mean, they are trying very dearly as there's a fight for a ball here. Mount Vista cannot scoop up the ball. And neither can Arapahoe, as number 38, Grant Keith, just scoops it out of bounds.
that looked very bad on both sides. All it requires is just a little bit of getting low and pulling through to get that scoop in.
Thank you for your wisdom, Ryan. That's a timeout from Mountain Vista.
There's about 3 minutes left in this game. Both teams have one more timeout, and Mountain Vista still needs to score 5 goals in 3 minutes. That's going to be very hard for them to do.
Very hard indeed, as Arapahoe's defense has not let up really a single bit this quarter.
Seems like Mountain Vista's offense is already ready to take the field. I'm wondering if they should talk more about what plays they're going to try and push or try.
I feel like they already know what they're going to do. They know what they have to do, and they're just looking to execute it against Arapahoe's defense. And we'll see how that goes, but, you know, it'll be a miracle if Mountain Vista pulls it back out.
And it looks like DJ Surdok is going to start with it. And he has 2 options as of right now. He can either pass to Dylan Pless, my bad, or Caden Strawson. Sorry if I'm butchering the name, my bad.
Mountain Vista not starting with the energy I'd expect, being down 5 odd points with 2 minutes 40 seconds. They are getting some good movement though in a shot.
Ooh, nice shot by Dylan Pless, however, a little bit too high. Mountain Vista did, however, have a man back to recover that ball. And it looks like that is, I can't see who that is, but there's a flag down on Arapahoe. I believe that was Jake Stopkowski who got pushed in the back there.
Now Mountain Vista is still, to this very minute, has not scored while being a man up this game, which is pretty sad considering they've had at least 5 odd chances.
They've wasted exactly 30 seconds off the clock here. I think they really need to try a little bit harder if they want to score here.
Mountain Vista really needs to bring the energy right now, this second.
Nice shot by Jake Ward in a little tight corner, close to the pole and in between the goalie. That was a nice shot that he just scored. I would, in fact, call that a highlight play. Would you, Kyle?
Yes, I would. That was a very tight play. As I was saying, Mountain Vista did need to bring the energy. Jake Ward did there, but his efforts may be in vain, as Mountain Vista still has 4 points to overcome. That was Jake Ward's 9th goal of the season. As a sophomore on varsity, that's very impressive. Jackson on the face-off here.
Jackson winning another face-off and running it down to get this fast break. Jake Ward starting off with it, passing it. And there's a timeout on Vista.
By Vista, rather.
Yeah, by Vista. I'm really confused on why they'd call a timeout then in the middle of a fast break.
Well, you know, Ryan, I don't know. I think it's pretty dumb. Well, not dumb, rather. That's a poor choice of words. I restate. I think it's a very interesting call, as they do need the momentum and as many shots and opportunities they can take. Timeout on a fast break like that, I wouldn't have called it. Of course, I'm not a coach. I don't know what I'm doing, so
especially
don't trust
when
my
you man up. I feel like it'd be better to just try and play out the fast break. If it fails, then call your timeout.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see what the coach has in store. Maybe he's making up a very special play. Who knows? We'll just have to see if Mount Vista can bring it back out.
There's exactly 2 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock for the 4th quarter and the game.
And in that 2 minutes and 12 seconds, Mount Vista needs to make up 4 points. That's averaging about 1 goal per 30 seconds. That would be very impressive indeed if that were to happen, and I would love to see the event in which it does. Vista starting with the ball,
passing it to DJ Surdock, who's then going to pass it to Dylan Plus. Passing it back to DJ. It seems like they're going to let DJ take a nice dodge over the top. Can't get a really good shot off. Going to pass it back to, I believe that is Jack McFarland. Jack McFarland's going to pass it down to Jake Ward. Jake Ward's going to try and pull off a quick dodge. Can't really get a good dodge off. Almost a bad pass there.
Now that was a bad reception by Jack McFarland. Ball goes up in the air and out of bounds. Arapahoe's ball.
As all lacrosse coaches say, soft hands will do that. Or will help with that. My bad.
Yes, indeed. Arapahoe just looking to waste some time off the clock here. The game's basically over at this point. They know it. I'm just pressing in a desperate attempt to get the ball back and score. However,
Arapahoe now has to keep the ball in for the remainder of the game. If they get pushed out of the box, it is an automatic turnover.
Good shot there by Josh Carlson. However, Arapahoe gets it back out.
Arapahoe still has one timeout. It does not look like they'll use that timeout, however.
Doesn't seem it doesn't seem as though they need to, as they are quite handily. Seems that Arapahoe's ramped up their effort in this last, minute. Why, I don't really know. I'm just doubling the ball, trying to get some plays down.
They do call a timeout. I believe they only called the timeout because of the double team.
Very smart indeed. They didn't want to lose the ball there. Maybe other player injured. Great call there by Arapahoe's coach. Yeah. Mount Vista has failed offensively for the most part against Arapahoe's stellar defense. They just can't really seem to get past them at all, whether it's dodging or even looking for a feed. There's always a man right behind the receptionist, should I say. And good on Arapahoe. They have pretty stellar defense. Good offense. Really know how to pass the ball around. Mount Vista, struggling to keep up with them.
I'm very surprised that the goalie Nate Kopech has yet to join the game. As this game is pretty much over, you'd think he'd start trying to play the freshman.
Well, you never know what's going on with Coach. I think he just wants to give Scotty the end of the game, let him see it through to the end. You know how it goes.
I do.
Arapahoe's starting with the ball here, immediately into a double team. I think unwise because he's going to pass it immediately.
It looks like Scotty's not even in the goal. That's an interesting way of playing this. He's going to get back in the goal real quick, which in turn did not help them by stopping Arapahoe. In fact, helped Arapahoe score one goal. Scotty was just not ready for that shot, of course, because he was guarding somebody and had to quickly run to the net, should I say.
It's pretty interesting that they just didn't leave a man open. They could have had Scotty in goal and just left a man open, far side, who knows. But I'd rather they'd have him pulled out and consequentially scored upon. Interesting calls, but, you never know. This is just trying to do anything to get back in the game at this point.
Ryan Plus has now joined the game, the twin brother of Dylan Plus.
Seems as though Mount Vista is just putting in all of their backup players at this point.
There's a big roughhouse right there. They called a push in the back on Arapahoe, giving the ball to Jackson, or called a push in the back on Arapahoe to Jackson Marshall, giving the ball to Vista. Jack McFarland's going to get a little touch in, pass it out to, I believe that's DJ, who's then going to pass it to Luke Brown. In front of the goal, pass muffled, and in turn drop.
Big scuffle for the ball. Mount Vista pulls it out, but there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. The game's over at this point. Everyone knows that. Everyone stopped trying at this point.
3, 2, 1. Game is over. Mountain Vista fought hard, but not hard enough to win that game. And I feel like they're going to have a lot to work on during practice tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Mountain Vista did put up a good fight against number 1 ranked Arapahoe. Arapahoe just had, the the total package. They had the defense that could stop basically any move that Vista tried to pull, and their offense to match. You know.
Arapahoe's always been a tough team for Vista to beat in the past years. We've always like tried to beat them and lost, and then when it comes to playoffs, we'd always just get knocked out by Arapahoe or Regis or Kent Denver or Cherry Creek, and this is just a hard rival and a hard loss for Vista tonight.
Yes, indeed. I would have liked to see more from Mount Vista's offense. I know they have it in them to dodge around and get some good shots on. They just weren't really getting that movement in off ball, I think, and that causing a lack of scoring.
I would agree. It looks like they're about to shake hands. Mount Vista has already said their rah-rah Arapahoe, and now they're just waiting for Arapahoe to say rah-rah Vista, and they'll shake hands.
Well-fought match there by Mount Vista and Arapahoe. Sadly, Mount Vista could not pull out with it. Once again, we're sorry for the technical difficulties we had in the end of the first half. Sincerely apologize, we do. However, the game is now over, and we wish you all the best of nights, wherever you are. I've been Kyle Walters.
And I'm Randy Simone.
And thank you all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.